Nestled within a secluded valley surrounded by snow-capped mountains, the village of Shizukibara was a haven untouched by the chaos of the outside world. As a tale of healing powers in heartfelt stories, the valley held a unique allure, embodying tranquility rarely found in the modern world. Nestled amidst the Sinti Mountains, the valley seemed to hum with the spirit of Senno-sen, Yama no Kami, the guardian deity of the mountains. Encircled by towering peaks that seemed to kiss the heavens, the village basked in an eternal tranquility. The mountains were dressed in lush green cloaks in summer, and in winter they wore shimmering white robes that sparkled like jewels in the sunlight. Streams of crystal-clear water snaked down the slopes, feeding into the sandbeds that cradled the village's most treasured secret, the bonsai tree. The bonsai stood at the heart of Shizukibara, a tree unlike any other. Its presence was central to inspiring tales of courage and resilience, deeply rooted in the unity of the villagers who cherished it. Beneath its branches, villagers often whispered their gratitude to Kodama, the tree spirit said to reside within its ancient roots. Its trunk, though modest in height, stood tall enough to provide shade for those who sat beneath it, gnarled and twisted, telling stories of centuries past. The bark shimmered faintly, as though infused with an inner light, and its leaves were a kaleidoscope of vibrant colors, shifting gently in the breeze as if they were whispering secrets to the villagers. Despite its modest size, the tree radiated an aura of profound wisdom and peace, drawing everyone to its shade. Legend had it that the bonsai tree was planted over 100 years ago by a wanderer who had once stumbled upon this valley. The wanderer, enchanted by the serenity of the land, had imbued the seed with a fragment of their soul. From the moment it sprouted, the bonsai began weaving its magic into the lives of the villagers. Its roots delved deep into the golden sand beds, which the villagers meticulously raked each morning into intricate patterns resembling waves, stars, and flowers, a ritual that symbolized harmony and balance. Life in Shizukibara revolved around the bonsai. Elders spoke of the tree's mystical powers to heal wounds, both of the body and the heart. Its presence was said to amplify the laughter of children, carrying their joy through the valley like a melody that softened even the hardest of hearts. When someone passed away, their memories were whispered to the tree, which wove them into the rustling of its leaves. Villagers claimed they could feel the presence of their loved ones when sitting beneath its canopy, their spirits alive in the wind. The village itself mirrored the tree's harmony. Thatched cottages with colorful shutters lined the cobbled pathways, their gardens bursting with wildflowers that attracted swarms of hummingbirds and bees. A small stream meandered through the village, its gentle burble blending with the sounds of laughter and the rhythmic scraping of rakes against sand. At dusk, lanterns were lit, casting a warm glow that danced like fireflies across the village square, where villagers gathered to share stories and songs beneath the bonsai. Shizukibara was a place of simplicity, where days were measured not by hours but by the shifting colors of the sky and the rustling of leaves. Yet, despite its peace, a sense of mystery lingered. The bonsai's powers were undeniable, but no one truly understood the depths of its magic. Some whispered that the tree was alive in ways beyond comprehension, a guardian of the valley with secrets yet to be unveiled. On one such morning, as the first rays of sunlight painted the mountains in hues of gold, the villagers gathered around the bonsai. A gentle wind stirred its leaves, carrying the scent of wildflowers and the soft sound of laughter. Today felt different, as if the tree's whispers carried a message meant for someone willing to listen. The villagers paused their raking and looked at one another, their faces filled with wonder. The bonsai's vibrant leaves, once a dazzling array of colors, began to lose their brilliance. The villagers likened this change to the withering of sakura blossoms, fleeting and poignant, a reminder of life's impermanence. Subtle at first, the change soon became undeniable. The rustling of the leaves, which had always been a comforting presence, grew faint. Villagers noticed the bark's shimmer dimming, as though the inner light of the tree was being extinguished. Concern rippled through Shizukibara like a soft tremor, stirring unease that lingered in the stillness of the village. The villagers felt as if they were living one of their heartwarming Japanese village tales, a fragile moment in their timeless harmony. The elders, keepers of the village's ancient knowledge, convened to discuss the strange phenomenon. They spoke in hushed tones, invoking the wisdom of Kamidana, the household shrines where prayers for protection were offered. Their faces were etched with worry as they recounted stories passed down through generations. Could this be a natural cycle? Or was it something more sinister? A young child, known for their uncanny ability to understand the tree's whispers, claimed they could hear faint cries emanating from the bonsai. The villagers, moved by the child's conviction, began to fear that the tree was not just fading, but suffering. In the days that followed, the villagers worked tirelessly to care for the bonsai. They raked the sand beds with greater precision, creating intricate designs meant to restore harmony. Offerings of fresh flowers, fruits, and handmade trinkets were placed at the tree's base, each one a symbol of their love and devotion. Yet, the bonsai continued to weaken. Its once vivid leaves began to curl at the edges, and the air around it grew heavy, as though the tree's grief was seeping into the very soul of the village. One morning, as the sun rose over the mountains, the child approached the tree and placed their hand on its trunk. Closing their eyes, they listened intently. "Shadows," they whispered, their voice trembling. "The tree speaks of shadows in the mountains." The villagers exchanged uneasy glances, unsure of what to make of the child's words. The elders, however, saw meaning in the message. They recalled stories of love and unity, passed down through generations, as they prepared to face the unknown shadows within the mountains. They believed the bonsai was connected to something deep within the mountains, a bond that had somehow been disrupted. With heavy hearts, the villagers realized they would need to act quickly. The bonsai, their source of peace and unity, was in peril. Together, they vowed to uncover the truth behind the shadows and restore the tree to its former glory. As the first rays of sunlight pierced through the morning mist, Shizukibara prepared for a journey that would test their strength, courage, and unity. Guided by the child's whispers and the elder's wisdom, a group of villagers ventured into the towering Key Mountains. The path was steep and treacherous, their way obscured by dense forests and jagged rocks. The air grew cooler as they climbed higher, the cries of distant birds echoing in the stillness. Despite their weariness, the villagers pressed on, driven by their love for the bonsai and the harmony it had always brought to their lives. After hours of navigating the perilous terrain, they stumbled upon a hidden cave behind a cascading waterfall. The entrance was cloaked in moss and vines, as though nature itself had sought to protect it. Inside, the air was heavy with an ancient energy. Flickering lantern light revealed carvings on the walls, depicting a connection between the bonsai and the mountain's heart. At the center of the cave, the villagers found the source of the disturbance. A massive root of the bonsai, blackened and choked by jagged stones. It pulsed faintly, as though fighting to maintain its link to the tree above. The villagers set to work, their determination unwavering. They carefully removed the stones, their hands scraped raw by the sharp edges. One by one, they freed the root, cleansing it with water from the stream they had carried with them. As they worked, they sang old songs of unity and resilience, their voices echoing through the cavern. Slowly, the root began to regain its color, a faint shimmer of life returning to its surface. Back in Shizukibara, those who had stayed behind continued to care for the bonsai. They placed offerings and wove garlands of wildflowers, their prayers rising with the smoke of incense. The child, seated beneath the tree, listened to its whispers and relayed words of hope to the villagers in the cave. The connection between the tree and its people grew stronger with each passing moment. When the group finally returned, weary but triumphant, they carried the hope of the village with them. The bonsai's leaves, once dull and lifeless, began to regain their vibrant hues. The bark shimmered softly, a promise of recovery. The villagers gathered in the square, their faces lit with joy and relief, as they realized their unity had been the key to saving the tree. The recovery of the bonsai was slow but steady. It mirrored the themes of Japanese folklore-inspired stories, where persistence and harmony could heal even the deepest wounds. The villagers believed they could hear echoes of Suzu, sacred bells, as they tended to the sand beds and the tree. The villagers continued to pour their love and care into the tree, knowing that its magic was intertwined with their own lives. The sand beds were raked with intricate designs that told the story of their journey, a testament to their resilience and unity. The stream's waters grew clearer, reflecting the vibrant colors of the bonsai's leaves. One evening, as the sun set behind the mountains, casting the valley in a golden glow, the villagers gathered around the bonsai for a celebration. Beneath the light of Chochin, paper lanterns swayed gently, casting a sacred ambiance over the gathering. Lanterns were lit, their warm light dancing across the tree's shimmering bark. Songs and laughter filled the air, a symphony of gratitude and joy. The child who had first heard the tree's whispers stood before the crowd, their voice steady and clear. The bonsai has taught us that we are strongest when we stand together. Its magic is our unity, our love, and our hope. As the villagers held hands and bowed their heads in silent reverence, the bonsai's leaves rustled softly, a sound that carried through the valley like a gentle melody. The tree's shimmer grew brighter, illuminating the faces of those who had fought to save it. In that moment, Shizukibara felt whole once more, a testament to the enduring power of love and unity. From that day forward, the villagers cherished the bonsai not just as a source of magic, but as a symbol of their bond. The valley thrived, its beauty a reflection of the harmony they had worked so hard to restore. Their tale of unity and devotion would become one of the village's most cherished stories, passed down as an inspiring tale of courage and resilience. And the bonsai, standing tall at the heart of Shizukibara, continued to weave its magic into their lives, a guardian of the peace they had found together.